You know that moment? The one that's had movie fans debating for almost 30 years. Vincent Vega slowly punches in 666 on the briefcase lock. There's that soft click and suddenly, boom! His face is bathed in this mysterious golden glow. He's totally lost in whatever he's seeing, so much that Jules Winfield has to break the spell. We happy? Silence. Vincent! We happy? Finally breaking from his trance. Yeah, we happy. And just like that, the briefcase closes, leaving audiences hanging for decades. Out of all the wild theories out there, there's one that captures everyone's imagination since 1994. What if that briefcase contains Marsellus Wallace's soul? I know it sounds crazy at first, but stay with me here. Let me break down all the evidence that makes this theory so fascinating. First up, there's that iconic opening shot of Marsellus Wallace. The very first time we see him in the movie, we only get the back of his head. And what do we see? A bandage right on his neck. Now, this detail becomes way more important when you connect it to the soul theory. Second, we've got that combination, 666. Not just any random amount of numbers, we are talking about the literal number of the devil here. In a Tarantino film, details like this are never accidents. Third, pay attention to how everyone reacts when they look inside that briefcase. It's not just surprise or greed you see on their faces, it's pure awe. Every single person who peers inside is completely mesmerized by its beauty, and what's considered the most beautiful part of a human being? Their soul. Fourth, here is where biblical lore comes into play. According to certain interpretations, there is a specific way the devil collects souls, right from the back of the head. Sound familiar? That bandage on Marcellus's neck suddenly takes on a whole new meaning. There's this powerful Bible verse that seems to tie everything together as well. Mark 8:36. For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? It's like this verse is literally describing Marsellus Wallace's situation. But wait, the evidence gets even deeper. Those three young guys Vincent and Jules confront at the beginning? In this theory, they're not just random thieves, they are working for the devil himself. And remember that insane moment when the guy bursts out of the bathroom with the .357 Magnum? He unloads on them at point-blank range and doesn't hit anything. Jules calls it divine intervention, and if they're really on a mission to retrieve a soul from the devil, that divine protection makes perfect sense. And for all of you film history buffs out there, there is one more piece to this puzzle. That mysterious glowing briefcase. It's actually paying homage to a 1955 film called Kiss Me Deadly, where a briefcase contains a supernatural glowing substance. Tarantino is famous for his film references, and this one feels particularly intentional when considering the soul theory. Now, you're probably wondering what actually is inside the case. Here's the plot twist. Samuel L. Jackson spilled some serious tea in a 1995 Playboy interview. The story goes that John Travolta, just as curious as the rest of us, walked right up to Tarantino on set and asked him straight up, "What's in the briefcase?" Tarantino's response? Simple, but brilliant. Whatever you want it to be. This wasn't just Tarantino being mysterious. Roger Avary, who co-wrote Pulp Fiction, later came clean in Roger Ebert's Questions for the Movie Answer Man. The truth is, they had originally written it to be filled with diamonds. Yep, just plain old diamonds. But Tarantino thought that was too predictable. I mean, we'd already seen that kind of thing in his previous film, Reservoir Dogs, right? So, he made a genius move. Leave it ambiguous and let the audience's imagination run wild. Even Roger Ebert himself weighed in on this decision. He noted that keeping the contents a mystery was a much more subtle and powerful choice. After all, would we still be talking about it today if it had just been diamonds? I mean, the ambiguity of that briefcase has sparked decades of theories and debates, which is exactly what great cinema should do. That briefcase isn't just a mysterious prop, it's what film nerds call a MacGuffin. Never heard of it? Let me break it down for you. A MacGuffin is this brilliant storytelling trick that's been used in countless movies. It's an object that drives the entire plot forward, gets all the characters worked up and moving, but, and here's the genius part, what it actually is doesn't really matter. So what's really in that briefcase? A soul, diamonds, something even crazier? The truth is, it's just an orange bulb lighting up your imagination.